32,000 pounds of burning lithium-ion batteries shut down a Nevada highway for about 24 hours. Recently, a fiery crash involving two semi-trucks completely shut down US-95 near Indian Springs, Nevada. This incident occurred just after midnight at mile marker 13, and it involved a weird case of two semi-trucks. Both of these semi-trucks were driving down the road, and they sideswiped each other. One was carrying lumber, the other one was carrying 32,000 pounds worth of batteries. As you'd expect, the trailer burst into flames. The fire burned for hours and wasn't fully extinguished till right around 4 p.m. This video is sponsored by BlazeStack Fire Investigation Software. BlazeStack is a fully featured fire investigation case management platform that arson and fire investigators rely on to log, document, and report fire investigations. Get a free trial at blazestack.com and request a quote using the discount code STASHED. Both drivers were lucky because they only sustained minor injuries, but cleaning up the road took a significant amount of time. Why? Because each individual battery cell, they have to be collected. They have to be overpacked in specialized containers to prevent further incidents. We can't just put these battery cells in 55-gallon drums and ship them off to the next location. These lithium-ion batteries were scattered all over the roadway over a large area. Some of these might have been burnt completely out. Some of these might have stranded energy. You don't know what state these batteries are in, and there's still a significant hazard during the cleanup process. That's a massive load of hazardous materials, and with current regulations or, lack thereof, it's easy to see why these kinds of incidents are on the rise. Without better regulation, and trust me, I'm not one to fight for regulations, but we need regulation in this area because it's only a matter of time before one of these accidents result in the loss of life, and likely the loss of life of a first responder. Right now, the rules around transporting lithium-ion batteries are pretty dangerous. They're loose. There's no specific placarding requirements for shipping these batteries. Just take a look at the accident scene from I-95. I know most of this trailer is burnt away, but do you see any placards on this trailer? It doesn't appear that there were any. And mostly what I'm talking about right now are end-of-life batteries or DDR batteries, damaged, defective, or recall batteries. Sure, there's a lot of companies that use the Class 9 placard, miscellaneous hazards, but most of the time, it's only on the containers inside the trailer. It's not actually on the exterior of the trailer. On top of that, when we see Class 9 miscellaneous, we don't know exactly what's in there. We could assume these days especially that it's batteries, but there's a ton of other things that it could be, so nothing really to tell us about the real danger inside. Even more concerning is the drivers hauling these batteries. They're not required to have a special hazardous materials endorsement on their license, on their CDL. When you start looking at other hazardous materials or those drivers that haul specifically hazardous materials, they have to have specialized training. But once you start talking about lithium-ion batteries, it's a loophole. There's no specialized training for those drivers to drive those loads, and it's a loophole that's putting everybody at risk. In fact, there's already been multiple major road closures this year alone directly linked to lithium-ion battery fires. We've seen semi-trucks catch on fire, some even exploding. Multiple explosions, not just the one in Birmingham, Alabama, that incident I covered in a previous video. Check it out right here. This is a growing problem that urgently needs to be addressed. But the solution, it's going to take an act of Congress to make any real change happen. The way they ship or package these end-of-life batteries, they usually throw these batteries in a 55-gallon drum or a big cardboard Gaylord box. While it might sound safe for the company, they're absolutely wrong in what they're doing. While these batteries may be just end of life and they might be undamaged initially, once you pile all these batteries together into containers, you run into some big problems. The combined weight of the batteries, the sharp edges that might be in there, road vibration, that can all damage the battery cells while they're in transit, especially the battery cells packaged towards the bottom of the barrel or the bottom of the box. If these batteries get damaged, the best case scenario is they catch on fire immediately. The worst case, they start off-gassing, and that eventually leads to an explosion. These are risks that we're taking every single day on the roads, all across the country, just because we don't have those proper regulations in place. If we don't make changes soon, these incidents will continue to escalate. The stakes are extremely high, and we can't wait until we have a human life that is lost because of one of these incidents. It's time to push for stronger regulations on the transport of lithium-ion batteries before it's too late.